So, you just bought your new harness. Congratulations on your commitment to staying safe at height. But, if your harness is not fit properly, or if you're not wearing it correctly, an accident can still result in a serious injury. In this video, we'll walk you through how to fit a 3M DBI-SALA ExoFit X300 full body harness and talk a bit about the pros and cons of this particular harness as well. My name is Ben, and this is the Lifting and Rigging channel. Today, I get some help fitting my new 3M DBI-SALA ExoFit X300 harness. We'll walk you through the steps you need to take to make sure you're wearing your harness properly. So, let's get into it. I'm here with Kevin Muldoon. He's gonna help me size up my harness so it fits me perfectly. I've put a harness on before, and I know that the first time you put it on, it can be a bit tricky to figure out what's different compared to your old one or just how it's supposed to fit on you properly. So, Kevin, you recommended that we get this ExoFit. So, why is this so highly recommended? Why is this a good harness?
Because it's very easy to put on, but it has a lot of features that you can adjust so that somebody that doesn't really use a harness all that much, maybe they use it, I don't know, twice a year or whatever, can really go to it. It's easy to take off, put on. Really, when you think about it, it's an all-purpose harness. So to say that it would fit everybody, probably not. But I would say 95% of the people that put this harness on are gonna be comfortable, they're gonna be thinking about their job and not this thing that's on their back to keep them safe from height.
Okay, if I'm like a casual roofer working on my own projects in my backyard, is this the harness for me? Or?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm pulling mine out of the bag. It's brand new. It's all clipped up. I'm gonna unhook everything. All right. So what do I do first?
Well, you just did it naturally. You grab the D-ring. So what that's doing is that's actually showing you the entire harness. You know, it's not caught in knots or anything like that. So from the D-ring, right, you've got it. So now what we're going to look at is we're going to look at where the form fits. In other words, we're going to take this off and possibly back it off a little bit, right? So what you're doing is you're taking it counterclockwise and feeding it out, making these adjustments before you're putting it on.
So basically it has some knobs and you want to loosen them to give yourself some slack to put it on.
And it's okay. It may take you maybe 2 or 3 attempts to get it on, but you want to get it on right. So you want to put your right arm in first, right? Okay, there you go.
And now, since this is the first time I'm wearing this, before I use it, I do want to go through an initial inspection on this and make sure everything.
You do, and in fact, that's a really good point. Even though it's on the bag and it's from the manufacturer, there could be something in shipping or in manufacturing where something is not right, right? So you're gonna look at all the buckles, all the keepers, everything on the harness that would appear from a visual standpoint that it's good to go, right? And then you would put it on and make the adjustment. So try to take your leg straps and see how you are with those.
Okay. Right here.
Right there you go. And then you got one right here.
All right.
So what we're gonna say, okay, is this is kind of loose.
It's a bit loose.
Right? But we also want to put the chest strap and make sure that, so that's a little, that's tight, could be tight enough, but we're gonna adjust that.
Okay.
So why don't we take the leg straps off and we're gonna adjust those real quick. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down and we're gonna say, okay, it's kind of like getting fit for a suit. They're gonna take several measurements to make sure that you're gonna be all right with it. Let's see what kind of job I did.
So right arm first.
Correct.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So to test it, I put my hands through and then
You put your hands through, but if you look at mine, mine's a little bit tighter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what you want. And we're kind of showing a contrast here, right? My hands are tight in through, but he's got his wrist through. So we really do have to tighten that back up a little bit. But that's the whole thing in fitting a harness correctly, is that you want to make sure that all of the components of the system are doing their job. Because if you have it loose like that and you get into a fall, that's really going to put a lot of pressure on your sternum and your back, right up to your buttocks. So we can try it one more time.
Okay. Now, should you always be taking it off when you're adjusting?
Well, you can probably adjust it yourself, and what you're basically going to do is push that thread through so it gives you less. Yeah, now pull that through. There you go. That's exactly it. Yeah, there it is. That's it. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Okay. So the other thing that you want to do is take this and take this clockwise. Right?
Okay, so it kind of just cranks yourself up.
Yeah, right, exactly. And you can do that while the harness is on.
And it will just latch itself.
Correct. Now, you're going to need to, like we just did, you're going to need to put the harness on to make sure that it's fitting you correctly. But there's really 3 areas that you're adjusting. Both of your legs, that's 1. Both of your sides, that's 2. And then the center strap, where your chest strap is, that's 3.
So how close should the center strap be? You don't want it.
You don't want it too close, but you want it so that there's no break in it, but you don't want it on your chest so you're not being able to breathe. Because you can see you and I are both talking, we can both move around, right? But some guys will make their harness too tight, and you don't want that, right? Exactly what you just did, you don't want that. You want it just like our harnesses are now. Now, the other cool feature about this harness, and I'll let you do it and I'll help you, is each side has a strain relief. Now, if you were in a fall and you're hanging there, you would be able to zip these off and put them down, right? So what you want to do is you want to measure just past your knee. So you're going to take that and slide that in.
Right underneath here?
Yeah, on the front half of it. So now stand in that, right? And now stand up straight. Now, did you feel this?
Yeah.
Tighten up and this tighten up?
Right here, tighten.
So if you were in a fall, right, and so the D-ring's here, right, you would be able to stand and actually double the rescue time, because OSHA says in 15 minutes you need to be rescued. Otherwise, some of your extremities and inside your organs will start to fail. Well, this is going to help pump blood into your heart and throughout your body and be able to be rescued in 30 minutes rather than 15 minutes. So that's really a cool feature.
Cool. Is there anything else that anyone should know about this harness?
Right in here is where you can have either a cell phone or a radio. So if you have fallen, you can contact somebody if you're alone and say, hey, I've fallen and I'm in the northwest side of the building and I need to be rescued.
And what's this? I can listen to Bluetooth on this thing?
That actually can communicate with any device that you have that actually says it's been inspected and that it's Ben's harness, right? And that it has everything that it needs. So if from a management standpoint, this harness hasn't been inspected and you're going out to do it, somebody's going to contact you and say, hey, Ben, that needs to be inspected before you can go out. It's really a cool feature.
So this is the perfect harness to not write your name on, because that will fail an inspection.
That's right. Yeah, but it's technologically advanced and it really is a nice harness. Follow the manufacturer specification, which is DBI-SALA for inspecting it, right? And it should be stored in a cool, dry place. All UV rays will damage a harness. It really doesn't matter the manufacturer. It should be also hung where the D-ring is. So when we started, and that's how you're looking at the D-ring and the whole forming of the harness, we should hook it up or put it in the locker that particular way. But other than that, that's it.
Thank you for your help, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Remember that accidents while working at height are one of the biggest causes of workplace injury and death. You need to make sure that you're doing things safely and correctly. We can help you with your fall protection needs, plans, equipment, and training. Just click the link in the description below. If you found this video useful, informative, or entertaining, please hit that like button so we can get this information out to everyone who needs it. Hopefully, you can now fit your harness, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video. If you have questions, drop it in the comments.